Hi, Mark here, Monday, February the 16th. It is 9:28 a.m. Eastern, 2:28 p.m. GMT. Bear in mind, it is a public holiday today, North America, US, and Canada. Stock markets are closed. When we look at the US dollar index, we look at the futures market, currency markets, of course, are open. Let's have a look at the US dollar. Started the week on the front foot, small green candlestick. I've got support at 96.80. I've got resistance at 96.99, but very narrow trading conditions. The gap up to start the day at the start of the Asian session has been maintained, but not much activity now that we're into the heart of the US session. Let's have a look at the majors, starting on the euro. And there you can see another red candlestick that's selling euro, buying US dollar. Very tight range though. I've got support at 118.49 and I've got resistance at 118.70, just over 20 pips, which is extremely narrow. But you can see that overall the trend is still down. I've got lower highs, not yet lower lows. US dollar on the front foot against the euro. If we see continued selling euro, buying US in this pair, sellers will be looking to test this 118.50, looking below 118.30. If there's going to be a turnaround from strong US dollar to weak US dollar, buyers of euro and sellers of US will look up here at the 118.72 resistance level. Let's have a look at the pound against the US. Also small red candlestick, also very tight range. 113.29 is my support, and 136.29, and my resistance 136.62. So also very narrow range. You can see that US dollar on the front foot against the pound, selling pound, buying US. Sellers will look to test break below this support level, whereas buyers will be looking up at the 136.62 resistance level. US dollar against the yen. Also, US dollar strength against the yen off this support level at the 152.73, and I have resistance at 153.63, close to 100 pips already, certainly a wider range than the two European majors. Buyers will look to break above this 153.60, look up at 154, haven't been able to break above this area over the past 3 days. Sellers will look to break below the 153 level and then down at support sitting at 152.73. US dollar against the Canadian. Very narrow body of the candlestick, almost a doji, but if anything, a little green. And certainly we can see over the past 4 days higher lows, which is bullish. I've got support at 136.05. I've got resistance at 136.33. Narrow range as well, 20 to 30 pips. Hasn't been able to get above this resistance level the last 3 days. To test it, maybe break above and maintain. If we do see US dollar strength, if we get a turnaround from strong dollar US to weak, sellers might look down at this 136 support level. Very narrow ranges to start. We've seen that because of the illiquidity, we could get some sharp moves. US dollar starting the week on the front foot. We'll see how that plays out towards the end of the day. We've got our resistance and support levels to work with. Could be some range trading as well if we don't get any meaningful breaks in either direction. Good trading.